Good morning and welcome back to Miniature Monday here on Gaming with ADHD, where yes, I'm late. I get it. Yeah. It's been a day. Woke up at like 6:30 and just have not been able to get going. And so I've been seeing a little bit more success with doing these afternoon streams. So decided to put it off till this afternoon, got a nap, feel a little bit better, finally feeling awake. I've got extra caffeine, which doesn't really wake me up, but whatever, we'll pretend psychosomatic something, anyhow. So I hope you all had a wonderful weekend. Based on the good morning, Matthew Kelly, welcome. Based on everybody from Friday's painting stream, I was asked to work on some Battletech stuff, so I've got a few things on the table to kind of get through that pile a little bit, and then we'll see where things go. Yeah, otherwise it was a good weekend. Had my son and daughter-in-law over for dinner yesterday, as they normally do every other Sunday. So actually sat down and played a simple game, one of my favorites though, called Mind the Gap. Basically, it's a British subway or London subway themed version of Uno. It was a lot of fun. We were supposed to do that a while back, and it did not happen for various reasons. But anyways, caffeine is a lie, not a stimulant. No, it's ADHD, and so stimulants actually work different. So that's why. But whatever. And you've got your own new Battletech pile because all the Barnes & Noble exclusives are available in Australia. That's awesome. I get why they do the exclusives. It cuts down on their cost for making it, because my understanding is that so Barnes & Noble will say, we want an exclusive set, so they'll come up with something, and then basically Barnes & Noble pays for the initial print run, but then essentially they get a giant print run, lots of product out there, and technically they have to pay for the sculpts and the molds. So and all that cost gets figured into your initial print run anyways, so I totally get that. Anyhow, so I am just rambling a lot. So let me I always forget something kicking everything off. So I completely forgot the top-down camera. So let's get that fired up. And then we can switch over. And then because for some reason it's never the right size, so we'll swap that around. Ta-da, now we have the full table. All right, so, or the full screen, I should say. And let me change that positioning. There we go. All right, I finally have everything semi-organized for all of this. Anyways, I know what I'm doing. So yeah, exactly. They've already said that things will come out of exclusivity, that things will be made available. But man, there is a lot of people that like to whine and complain because they don't get all of the toys right away, and it's just like, sorry, sorry that this is a business and has business needs to worry about. 3 people yelling online isn't going to keep a business in business. Anyways, but there were a ton of reveals this weekend. I didn't go through them specifically, mostly because I didn't want to dig through a live stream to find it. That was I wonder about the new marketing manager, Stephen Cross. Good morning. It's not even morning here. I don't care. The new marketing manager for Catalyst. She seems very sweet. I know she's friends with my friend Jason, who used to run Shadowrun. But like, I don't know. She had this production company doing her own stuff, and some of it was like Shadowrun live plays on YouTube. But like, I seem to see more of her talking about that than like on the Catalyst pages than talking about Catalyst stuff. Or it's like just basic, hey, we have this book, you should buy this book. But like, they're gonna do, hey, these are things that are coming up with Battletech. Like, there should have been a blog post ready to go. You know, it's in draft form. All you need to do is hit publish as soon as they talk about it. Bam. And it's out there. None of that. So yeah, as far as the pre-painted mechs, I'm very, very curious, especially because there is still a lot of bad blood in the community. Oh, I hate using that word. There's a lot of bad blood going around for the Mech Warrior Clicks era, and that stuff was all pre-painted. So I agree with you, Matthew, that this absolutely is a test. And I don't mind them making that test, but they're like, everything I've heard about it is there's just some weird ways about doing it. Like the fact that it's one per box. Okay, why are you just doing one per box? And I don't think they've adequately explained that. Like if they wanted to do like a whole box, you know, like here is a unit, or even if it's special characters, like I actually don't, like my understanding is like one of them is supposed to be Victor Steiner Davian's Daishi or Widowmate or Direwolf or whatever we're calling it. The fact that's the only figure in the box that comes painted. Okay, you know, if they did a box of, hey, here are all of these special characters, they have like these quote unquote complex or, you know, like paint jobs that you don't necessarily want to do on your own. Okay, let's put out some pre-painted figures of that. Victor Steiner Davian, the Wendigo character out of Legends, where it's like all crazy blues and greens, things like that. Mundo, Bear, Six World, good morning, everybody. Like they should have like doing a box, just, hey, here's 4 figures and they're all pre-painted, and you know which 4 you're getting, that's fine. If they done right, a bunch of Legends mechs, like Six World said, or random. No, the Wendigo is not going to be pre-painted. But there's a Wendigo out of Legends, and it's like this crazy blue green Nova Cat nonsense. And so if that was pre-painted, because like I have a Wendigo, and eventually I will paint it up looking like that. If that were the case, I would actually be kind of okay with that, because that's a complicated paint job that my brain is like screaming at me about doing. So I think there are better ways to go about doing the painted figures. But the 1 per box is very, very, very strange. And I'm not sure about the business decision there. Unless it's just a decision straight up to force people to buy them. Like, I'll be honest, I was kind of surprised more. Like, there's a company, GMT Games, and they make old school war games. I'm talking like cardboard square counter board games. You know, the kind of games that Grandpa would play. And the fact that well, okay, not the fact that, so they do a thing called the P500, and basically they put up a game. They're like, hey, we're planning on making this. It's essentially done, and after 500 people pre-order it, we're gonna actually put it into production. We will get this made. And I'm actually kind of surprised that more companies don't do that. Like, especially just like as test beds. Hey, we are thinking about doing this. We'd like to do a box of Legends figures, and they all come pre-painted. It's the same Battletech sculpts, or we'll do like reposes, or same kind of thing. But test the pre-painted waters that way. Let people come in and pre-order it, and it's like, oh, we pre-ordered 5,000 boxes. I don't know. I'm making up numbers. But then use that as, oh, hey, there is some interest for this type of product. And then they can get into, hey, we're going to do this on a more general sense. But no, they're like, we're going to try putting 1 pre-painted figure in a box of 4 figures. And then they're going to make the non-painters happy. Or no, they're going to make the non-painters upset because it's not a full box. They're going to make the painters upset because there's a painted figure. And you're just annoying everyone. Anyway, there's my business chat for the day. Hope you all enjoyed it.
I didn't.
My children didn't, apparently. Anyhow. Yeah, 6 World UPS Limbo is just just annoying. So Stephen, you're not wrong. You can just spray over it and paint it, but there are some issues with that. Because number one, factory paint is not always the same as model paint. Sometimes it's thicker, sometimes it's it's not put on as well, and so like me, I would just paint over it. So I'm not too worried about it. But you all also know that I am not a perfectionist as far as that is concerned. But I don't think it will. At this scale, I will be honest, I'm not as trusting of that. Stripping plastic is not always the easiest. I will be honest, I have never tried stripping models. Mostly because I'm never willing to redo a model. I would rather get a new one and just do it again. Partly the look where I've come mentality, partly the I've heard too many horror stories about stripping. Can I strip with this? Is this going to work? Oh my gosh, this went horribly sideways. And no. So, Steven says, let's hope it's not painted like the Clicky Tech stuff, i.e. with a high pressure hose and a trowel. No, see, the problem is that it will be. Okay. We are dealing with a Chinese factory. And we're not dealing with like a Chinese factory that's doing, multi-million-dollar. Well, I mean, it is probably multi-million-dollar. No, it's probably not multi-million-dollar. They're not doing million-dollar. They're not doing multi-million-dollar jobs, even from Catalyst. Catalyst is not that big. I've seen some of the stuff that they do on like action figures and stuff, but we're also dealing with companies the likes of Hasbro, or they're doing it for figures that have $100 price points. These are $30 for a pack of 4 price point. They are not the same. So, and on top of that, they're this scale. not this scale. You know, there's so much less surface area to work with. So I'm skeptically curious. There we go. That's the term that I will use. Because while I think it would be interesting, they've also kind of trained their customer base that their customer base is expecting, or is almost expecting, unpainted figures. Anyhow, there's a lot of unknowns. Hey, Legion of Myth. So yeah, I'm skeptically curious. We will see. Look, I'm a YouTube review channel. I'm gonna buy the dumb things anyways. Let's be honest. But that doesn't mean I can't be skeptical of how it will come out. Like, yeah, we'll see. But regardless, they didn't do. I'm still going to complain about the fact that they didn't do any sort of like press release or anything. They're just like, oh yeah, it was in our live stream. Go watch the live stream. And it's like, I don't want to dig through a live stream to figure that out. Hello, Kevin. I was talking about Battletech putting out new mech packs that include a single pre-painted figure out of 4. I don't know. There's a lot of weird decisions. So, Legion of Myth, you technically own 12, but I am bad and lazy about like getting myself some pictures and recording some shorts for the figures that I need to send you. Trust me, they're right here. I haven't lost them. You know, I'm bad at this. That's all. They're still yours. You know. And interesting that you got the well, I'm not surprised Kevin got Legion Imperialis. It's a weird scale though. 1,500. Well, I think Australia is about 3-1 to US. I think it's 3-1 US. So yeah, even $500. If that's $500 for the starter box, that's ridiculous. I don't know. I don't know why GW's going so nuts with that. The 50 years of innovation. Yeah, exactly. So much of gaming just seems to do that. Oh, look, look at how amazing this is. And it's like, I don't know. It's okay. So this guy is really frustrating me, mostly because of how much just plain white is on here. Actually, I need to finish the metallic joint pieces. I'm gonna hit it with a dark wash here in a minute, just to kind of pull out all of these detail lines. Yeah, no, dude, Legion of Myth, exactly. 40 years of we ain't changed. Exactly. Like that's the other, like, you get all the companies, 50 years of innovation, and then you get some companies that are like, we're doing the same thing. You want more of it? Heavily diluted blue. Ooh. I think you're right. I've got the blue wash. So it's Yenlo Wong, so I'm like nervous as it is. But actually I got purple. Yeah. Oh, I do have strong tone. Hooray! I don't have to go buy any. Is that the blue? Oh, of course it's the black. That's the last one I get. Bastard sword. 5 years of we can't make up our mind. Okay. I think you're right, and but like I'm gonna have to like heavily thin that down. But in the meantime, while I'm waiting for that dark silver, so one thing. All right, so this is supposed to be my I need to finish doing stuff day, and so even though I still have these two Bane / Krakens over here, and I don't know. I don't want to get to those yet. You're wrong. Give me 2 seconds. I'm just going to kind of announce what I'm doing, and then I'm going to answer that, and you're not going to like it. Okay, so I have a Demolisher and a Variant Penetrator. And these guys, because they are both Inner Sphere mechs, no, not Demolisher, Devastator, they are going to be added to the Nauvoo Legion. So, for those of you that are new to the channel, the Nauvoo Legion is my my custom unit. It is based on an actual U.S. military unit from the 19th century, and it'll end up coming out something like this. So since I've got a couple of mechs, I'm gonna, kind of go back and forth between the mechs and the particular color that I'm using. Basically, it's a so I use Brain Matter Beige for the pants, Ritterlich Blue for the torso or the jacket. I've got some of this, I don't know, it's some form of gold from Reaper, and then of course black gray for the shoes and the hat. Yes, I do speak in terms of it wearing a uniform because essentially that's what it's doing. And it was weird. It was an experiment, and I really liked how it came out. And so my goal is to eventually have like a battalion worth of mechs or something. I don't know. A whole lot. Hey, Malachi. Welcome, sir. So, thank you for that, Malachi. I appreciate it. He says, Reaper and Army Painter paints no matter what Bear says. I like you. I appreciate that. Crap, where did that go? I want to answer your wrongs question in a way that he won't really like. But there's a good reason for it. So, all right, hold on, folks. One of my rare, I have to step away from the computer. Give me just a All right, so you're wrong. To answer your question, what brushes do I use? And it's these from Hobby Lobby. Fine Touch, all-purpose. This big set is $9-ish. This smaller set is $8-ish. Okay. Now, the reason I use these, they are cheap. I get a lot of them. I get all sorts of different shapes and sizes. I can do pretty much anything that I need. I don't take care of my brushes. I don't have brush soap. I don't like the most is I'll stick it in the water and just like kind of squish it around to kind of get as much paint off as possible. And then I dry it. And that's it. That's what I do. That's it. Nothing else. Okay. Now, any of my longtime viewers, okay, like if you look at this brush, you're going to see like there's like a little like bend in the tip. I don't mind that. I'm totally okay with it. Okay. I actually use that like to my advantage because it's a little bit curved and I can do some crazy things with it. But also, I've been using this brush for like 6 months or more. I don't even know how long. Okay. And it still works great. I use this almost exclusively. I have, like if we zoom back out, you're going to see, I have this pile of paint brushes here. Look, I even use a fancy dancy paint holder called a table. Okay. You know, I've got some different sizes, but for the most part, I don't use them. Okay, I just use this guy, this same guy that I was showing off. I'll use this like for some like tiny detailed stuff. But for the most part, it's just this guy. Okay. But the other thing also to keep in mind, $8 and $9 for these sets. All right. Guess how much I actually pay for them? Because it ain't $8 or $9. I wait. Like every other week, they have a sale for 40% off. So I'm paying $5 or $4, whatever it is. Like I'm paying next to nothing for these. It's like it's ridiculously low. Okay? Because again, if the brush gets destroyed, who cares? I paid $4 for a whole bunch. Throw it out. Go get another one. I used to buy like Like the one brush for $6. And then it would get trashed and it would stop working. You know, and I look at like I go into Games Workshop wants like $10 for a brush. No. That's less models that I can buy. That's less games that I can buy. That's less food I can eat. No, I'm gonna buy, and I like that's the other thing. If I happen to be in Hobby Lobby and I happen to see these on sale, I'll grab a pack. Do I need it? Probably not. Guess what? This guy is still working. You know, but I'll grab a pack just because that way I have a pack. You know, I have a pack somewhere in that. The worst part is I'll buy a pack and then I'll forget where I put it, and then I don't have it, and then I need a brush for some reason, and I'll go buy a pack, and then I'll like I found these. Like this weekend, I was cleaning the garage and I found them. That's why I had to step away because I knew where they were. But they weren't over at my painting storage desk area thing right here. So trust me when I say that, like as far as like these are synthetic. Golden Taclon, it says on the top. So it's a synthetic, but it's all I use. That's what I have been painting on this stream with for over a year. However long we've been doing these. Steven, how long have you been doing these? Steven was like the first person to show up for me doing, you know, a paint stream and to hang out. So, up. Right, Steven? Exactly. It's a while. And like seriously, I think Steven was like the first person to show up and just kind of hang out with me in chat. So trust me, he will probably confirm that I've been using these same more than 2 minutes at least. Exactly. But I've been using these same brushes this whole time. This one literally has lasted forever. It's so weird. But that's the other thing. I've got replacements. If it dies, I don't care. Like, the brush, in my opinion, the brush is not going to make the painter. The painter will find a way to use the brush. And the laundry's done, by the way. Yeah, I need to get back to that, Malachi. I need to do more stuff. I'm prepping a one shot for riffs. I'm gonna run. Actually, after finally finishing, I don't think I've finished it yet. After finishing most of the rando stream from Legion of Myth from Friday, about one shots, which was good. It was a nice little counterpoint. Way to follow on the coattails of the Four Color Cafe there, Max. We did one shots like 2 weeks ago. No, we didn't. We did it around Halloween. Holy crap, that was a month ago. Where did time go? Time is a construct, and it's like some Art Nouveau crap. Or I don't know, the art where they like it just doesn't make any sense. That's what I mean. Art Nouveau made sense. I said you copied the 4-Color Cafe with the rando stream on Friday, talking about one-shots, because we did it like a month ago. Holy yeah, like a month ago. Yeah, we're still at the beginning of December. It was end of October. So I'm teasing you, Matt. No, but it was a good stream, and actually Bear because technically Bear wasn't in that 4-Color Cafe. It was a 4-Color Cafe special issue, aka I was running it that week. I didn't copy it. You cut me off and then slammed on your brakes. Hey, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying, right? No, I'm just teasing. Man, I do that a lot. So, but Bear, so Bear wasn't on the 4-Color Cafe that night. But in Max's stream, he actually brought up a really good point, how he doesn't, like, there's not a lot of time. There's always a turf war, Bear. Always a turf war. There's not a turf war. I don't care. I love all of these people. They have accepted me, and I still don't know why. It's very confusing. I don't know why any of you show up here. Hey, look, I'm going to get out a different brush because I have it. That, and I actually want to cover some larger area at once. Oh, well, thank you. You're wrong. No, Legion of Myth is a good channel. I'm saying I'd like it's clearly this is gaming with ADHD. Oh, and because I completely forgot about it at the beginning, but actually it's good now that there's 8 people here. Okay. So last weekend, Malachi's here because he doesn't have cable. Hey, I don't have cable either, man. So okay, I'm gonna get back to the one-shots thing. So I've had channel memberships active on the channel for a while now. It's $2. It's a tip jar. I don't really have anything to offer for membership. I don't have behind the scenes videos. I don't have, I don't have like exclusive content. I don't even think my exclusive content would be very interesting. I'd rather just put it out as a regular video. So, but again, it's $2. It's like I literally called it. I literally called it the tip jar. Anyways, but I finally came up with something that I could offer people who decide to be members and not have to change from the tip jar. So when we get 10 members on the channel, and I'm hoping to do it by the end of Bear, I don't really have anything to offer. How Gaming with ADHD proposed to Kim. You ain't wrong. I was 22. I'd been home from my mission like 5 months. Like I worked for my dad washing windows. Like I had nothing to offer. But she said yes anyways. So there we go. Anyways, you're wrong. Not subscribers, members. So there's a membership option. Basically, like you give me $2 a month. Okay. Basically, like I said, I called it the tip jar because if you like what I'm doing here, If you like what I'm doing here, if you feel like my efforts are worth it, and you want to just toss in a couple of bucks a month that I can use towards, because I've always said I want the channel to be self-sufficient. So there's no requirement. I'm not going to have anything behind the scenes, but I am going to do a sort of raffle. Okay, so over the weekend, I got a 3D printer, a resin 3D printer. This particular figure was resin 3D printed. Okay, this one and the Devastator. And I finally got me a resin 3D printer because it was like $100, and my friend says it's a good one, and it's essentially the brand that he uses, that he used to print these figures. He uses a Saturn. I got a Mars. No, I think he uses a Jupiter. Regardless, he has a really, 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 really big one. Anyways, so I thought it would be fun once I get 10. Well, I was trying to decide on a number. I finally settled on 10. So once I get 10 members, in the tip jar. Okay, so it's $20 a month. If he or once I get 10 members on the channel, then I will start doing a monthly giveaway where I will print a figure and I will paint it for you. I'll paint it live on stream. You can watch while I'm painting it, and you can say, nope, I don't like that. Or I can say, well, what color would you like? Like pick a Battletech, unit, and I'll roughly do the paint scheme. And so you can watch while I'm doing it. Anyways, so just something I still appreciate you being here, even if you're not a member. It is not required. But letting you know that is an option. So, but yeah, I'll be able to print off basically anything that I can anything that I can find reasonably, we'll go from there. And like I said, we'll start doing that once there are 10 members, which I'm hoping to get to by the end of the month. Paint 1980s Natasha Kerensky in her MechWarrior outfit. If I had a Natasha Kerensky figure, I'd do that. So the downside to the 3D printer is I don't really have a separate room, but I have I have a place in the living room that is kind of blocked off, and so I can probably do it. I don't know. I'm still coming up with ideas on how to actually do that. Yeah, my only understanding is that you don't want to touch the resin with your skin, because it is toxic. All right, let's get into some of these areas that the larger brush missed. But here's the best part about that. You don't have to worry about the safety levels. That's my responsibility, because it'll be all cured up and non-toxic by the time you receive it. I did want, If you want to talk about RPG game design, Bear is apparently going insane, and starting at 5 is going to be talking about his Bastard Sword game, which he quits and comes back to and quits and comes back to. I mean, it's like an abusive relationship. He just can't quit Bastard Sword. These are the jokes, people. But I do have to say, finding the this bottle of Strong Tone, I was telling myself last week, I need to go buy some of that. Probably should have looked through all of my washes first, because it's the same thing with paintbrushes. That link is to your stream for 2 hours from now, Bear. What did you think it was? You sent it to me? Even though Bear doesn't like promoting his channel, I don't mind promoting his channel. And we got GM Cody in the chat. Okay, by the way, Legion of Myth, GM Cody, Bear the Gen X GM. Who else has been here? Malachi doesn't have a channel. Anyways, all those guys have channels. If I missed anyone, I'm very sorry. Yo. MSDS sheets are absolutely a thing here in the United States. Trust me, in previous ventures, I had to look into them. Again, these things, if there was a problem if there was an actual problem for home use outside of, hey, be careful with this, don't touch this, just like, as long as you keep, just wear some rubber gloves and you're fine. If there was anything really more than that was needed, they would be not, pushing these as much for in-home use. So, or at least there'd be like a whole heck of a lot more like warning labels on such. Like here, I can show you. So this is the resin that I got. There's a couple little warnings on there. Okay. Shake up bottle before usage and avoid using under direct sunlight. Do not drink the resin and keep it away from children. Let's be honest. If it's not from the grocery store, is there anything you should be drinking? That's fairly safe. Or it's fairly standard. Wear gloves and mask when using resin and avoid skin contact. Okay. If you got skin contact with resin, please wash with water immediately and see a doctor if any allergy happens. So if your skin gets red and itchy, there you go. Cover the leftover resin in your vat and keep good indoor ventilation. Find optimum settings on elgoo.com. If it was really that big of a problem, no, Matthew Kelly, we're not sure about it. But you know what? I am also from the generation that did not, Like, I'm from the generation. Well, I'm from the generation that, gave you all those. Well, made so that you had to have all of those warning labels. I don't know. It's regardless. It's like, and that's the other thing. I don't have I don't have little children anymore. I mean, we're gonna have grandkids soon-ish, theoretically. By soon-ish, I mean, I think within the next 2 or 3 years. We're Mormons, aka the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter. Actually, not also known as. It is known as the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, also known as the Mormons. There we go. That's the better way to put it. Yeah, we're not known for putting off children. Anyways. And even then, I told my kids to, or my oldest, who's the only one married, I said, look, don't put it off, but don't rush into it either. Take a couple years, have some fun, get to know each other. And they're doing that. All right, the pants are just about ready. Anyways, but yeah, I would have actually done some test prints this weekend, but I was dumb and I didn't order. I didn't order the resin at the same time. You're wrong. I ordered the Mercury X bundle, so it's got a wash station and the wash, so like a big bucket full of alcohol that'll and wash the uncured resin off of it, and then it also has the UV curing station, so a little turntable, so it'll UV lights from the bottom and the top and the sides, and it'll rotate around. So I got all of that to make sure that it's nice and cured. Malachi, you hang out with me, it's fine. We accept you. Steven, have a good night. Sorry I'm doing these later, but it seems to be better. So that's why I'm also kind of trying to keep it at like 2:00, so that way I don't exclude any of my longtime viewers. But like, we had Silent Mouse in here who's been struggling because it was struggling. Yeah, you can do that. You're wrong. My buddy was telling me that like he used a lobster pot and then like some LED light strips. I could have done that, but I didn't like that idea. All right, let's see how well this thinned blue wash works on Yenlo Wang. Oh, there we go. I actually like that. I threw a whole lot of water in here. Dr. Death, I have not. I've kind of seen it. I was talking about it earlier. Like, the new marketing manager really needs to get her act together. Like, if they're going to be doing live streams and showing off new stuff at a convention, they should have a press release ready to go like within 24 hours. And they haven't. So we haven't. I mean, maybe they finally put something up, but I don't know. I haven't gone looking for it. Yeah, it's all new to me as well. You're wrong. It shouldn't be that big an issue. Like I bought. So my friend who I'm using for all of my advice on this, he uses like almost pure 100% pure alcohol in his wash station. But it also takes like 2 weeks to show up if you order it off of Amazon. So I was at Walmart. They had 90%. Basically, he said anything north of 90%. So I picked up that. So we'll see how long it lasts. But I should be able to like theoretically filter it and save the stuff, but I don't know. I have to look into it. Probably just like run it through a coffee filter. Ooh, I should go get some coffee filters. All right, this is coming in like right about where I want it. Gave a little bit of a darkening to the white, but not black or gray. Thank you for suggesting this, Kevin. I mean, I knew it in theory, but my brain hadn't clicked in on it. But I'm liking what it's doing to the colors. And if anyone's wondering why I keep going over, it's because I thinned this out so much. I mean, I just like put a bunch of water in here. So it's not, I couldn't even tell you what ratio it is. But it's some blue ink and a whole lot of water. So Dr. Death, I think delivery is supposed to be like next fall. So right now, just assume it's quite a ways out. Also, like I have seen some stuff where Randall's received like some, I don't think full printers proofs, like they're done. Like, hey, here's what a final one should look like, but what they call white proofs. So white proofs is it's like a box comes with 2 booklets, 3 8.5 by 11 cards, and 32 playing cards. And so they don't worry about the printing. They just manufacture just like a plain white booklet, plain white card. Like there's like it's essentially just recyclable trash at that point. But to show you, or to show the business or the person asking for the thing to be manufactured, hey, this is approximately what everything will look like. And so then they can go through, they can make sure that the sizing is right, the packaging is proper, use all of that before they hit go and print 20,000 copies and everything's the wrong size. So yeah, like Thomas said, at least they produce their Kickstarters. Now that is not like my understanding is like the original why can't I remember the name of it? The tile flipping chess like game. My understanding, there's still some Kickstarter backers that never got it. Like they paid like for like some high-end production stuff and never got it. So Catalyst has had their own hiccups, but for the most part, you should receive it, yes. And yeah, Kevin, that's a good way to put it. It's essentially, it's sort of like a wireframe. All right. I want a little bit more blue on the top. Then we're going to let him dry and we're going to go back to our Navu Legion. So yeah, a wireframe is a good way to describe it. All right, we'll come back to that when it is dry. All right, let us get started on the jacket. Yeah, but I understand where Dr. Death is coming from. The problem with Kickstarter is that typically you give the company your money and then you wait a year. Like, honestly, is there another business model where you're willing to do that? Because for the most part, the answer is no. Like maybe hold on one second. No, that's not what I wanted to do. Like maybe you're gonna wait like a couple of weeks to a month for like a delivery from like a specialty retailer online, but beyond that, like maybe like if it's like a custom order vehicle or something, maybe you're gonna wait a while. But even then, or a house, like something along those lines, maybe you're willing to wait longer. So I understand where Dr. Death is coming from. I think this might be Dr. Death's first Kickstarter as well. So a lot of people that are newer to backing stuff on Kickstarter aren't used to, this doesn't show up right away.
I mean, I think Catalyst is still much farther along because they had a lot of the work, like a lot of the models done. This is also now their second Battletech Kickstarter, but they've also been producing the miniatures along the way. So they know what the files are supposed to look like, what format they're supposed to be in to minimize downtime for the factory. Yeah, so Dr. Death, trust me, this is your emotions and your reaction to the Kickstarter are totally normal. They are to be expected. You're like, tell me more. Why aren't they putting out a weekly update? Why am I still waiting? Where's my stuff? Where's my stuff? Where's my stuff? Trust me, it's absolutely normal. And I don't blame you. Woo! Just that one? Ooh. Look at that. Maybe not flash my address to the screen. I want to open it. All right. We're going to take a small break. And we're going to see what... Why do I keep putting my address on the screen? Please don't cyberstalk me, folks. All right, this is a Palladium Books surprise box. And I want to see what I got. Christmas card. Okay. That doesn't work. But yeah, Kevin's exactly right. Essentially, like it's all marketing. That's why they do it. But that's why you see like they do Kickstarter plus they do regular releases, because it's all marketing. They want the extra goodness that comes with that. So, all right. So, what are we getting? What did we get from Palladium? All right. So we got an ad for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Other Strangeness coming back. More ad. I love that they just give this checklist. You're wrong is saying OMG. Is that to the Ninja Turtles? Because the Ninja Turtles are coming back. All right, so I get a free hand-drawn dragon from Kevin. Ooh, look at that! Titan Robotics art print from Kevin, and then his says, we enjoyed being on Gaming with ADHD and are happy to return whenever you might want us back. Thank you for your support. Merry Christmas. Awesome. No, I did not get my TMNT Kickstarter already. They haven't even produced it. That's just the ad at the top of the box. All right. So, all right. This is what I got. All right. So I got World Book 1, Vampire Kingdoms. I now have Book 1 and 2, so I don't have to, There's no gap, but it's like the revised and expanded. So that's a $27 book. But everything you want to know about vampires in Rifts and how horribly overpowered they are. All right, we've got Skyscape. So more North America, more basically I'm focusing on North America for my books. Not entirely, but some. But some more psychic powers. Psychola, a highly addictive drink that can grant temporary psychic abilities. It's a $25 book, so we're up to $52. The Mechanoids. All right, have a great day, Matthew. The Mechanoids, source book 2, so essentially it's more Archie stuff. Nobody knows, but if you know. Anyways, that's 21, so that's 52, 73. Heroes Unlimited. Super excited about this. Bear has been talking about superheroes and Star Trek and all this, so excited. That's a $32 book. Anyways, that is awesome. So like all sorts of different superpowers, ways to make superheroes. And then Federation of Magic revised and updated. That's a $25 book, so 32, 57.
Dude, that pisses me off.
78.
Yeah.
83, 103. 130. No, Bear, you haven't told me what you want to play in the Rifts one shot. I'm going to guess it's a juicer, because apparently everyone wants to play a juicer. Len apparently wants to play, and he wants to play a juicer. Yeah, GM Cody, it was a killer deal. I am guessing that it also might be a little bit of a quote unquote thank you for the live stream. So, which, if that's the case, that because normally they're around 100, 110. If that's the case, that's very, very, very generous. I mean, the box is generous anyways. And it wasn't required. Like, I didn't ask for anything. I just, like, when I ordered it, I did say, hey, thanks for coming on the show. I might have used it to butter them up a little bit. I mean, I'm dumb. I'm not stupid. But I didn't ask for anything else. I followed all of the rules of the Christmas surprise box. So, like, I wasn't saying, hey, you should hook me up because did this. Hey, look, I'm not going to turn goodies away, but I'm not necessarily going to beg for goodies. It's a weird dynamic I have in my own head. So, anyhow. All right, so Bear says he wants to play a Star Trek red shirt who beams down and like goes through a rift. And I think we could do it. I think we could actually do that, Bear. That's like, so like I've been debating making the characters since it's a one shot. But that's all right. Now that it's been like an hour, that I've been yammering about this. I never did finish what I was going to say about one shots because, like I said, I'm kind of prepping a one shot in Rifts. But Bear made me I feel so dumb that this was so long ago. By long ago, I mean literally on the stream long ago. So, because Bear made a point on the Legion of Myth rando stream that he's not as big a fan of one shots. I know he would play in this one shot because it's me. So I know that this is kind of breaking with what he said on Friday, but he brought up a really interesting point in that he's not as big a fan of one shots because you don't get the character development. Essentially, it's a run and gun and beat the scenario, and that's it. And I totally get his perspective, and I think it's a completely valid perspective. But also with YouTube, with the way that we've been doing things, I mean, like I hate to say it because it is 100% Bear's show. But like to me, the Four Color Cafe is me, Bear, Cody, and Len, at least. It's like that's what we've done for months now. Like I feel bad when I can't be there, kind of a thing. But it's also still Bear's show. He could kick me off today, and it's not my choice. Like he could decide I'm turning it into the Bastard Sword Power Hour, I'm not doing that, Bear. I straight up admitted that you could kick me off and I would have to accept it. I wouldn't like it, but I'd accept it. I just really, really like doing it. Anyways. So part of the back to the whole notion of one shots. That got me thinking that even if I don't necessarily have a whole campaign set, I should at least put in some hooks that say 3 months later, we can come back to it. We can use the same people and we can run the same characters and we can go into a next chapter. Bastard Sword Power Hour replaces the Four Color Cafe when you kick me off because I'm not as much into fantasy. Get it? I do like the name though. Bastard Sword Power Hour. You're welcome to it. Steal away. I give you permission. Anyways, so if Bear wanted to make this Star Trek if Bear wants to make this Star Trek red shirt that got beamed down with nothing but a tricorder and a phaser, we could easily convert something, in Palladium. to make it work and make it happen. There's got to be like a laser pistol or something. You know, some kind of a mechanic skill to yeah, it's just like a red shirt is just a human, so that's not a problem. I'm talking about as far as like the because he wants a phaser and a tricorder. Okay, so like a phaser is easy. Like off the top of my head, I'm thinking of a Wilkes laser pistol. Hey, Scratch Master, how you doing, sir? So if we like that Wilkes laser pistol is kind of like my default. Maybe something else, but what are you saying UGG for, Bear? I'm not saying it is a Wilkes laser pistol. I'm saying use that as like a basis. You know, we can come up with something else. The bigger problem, oh, did you send me a link? Bear must have sent me a link. No, Bear did not send me a link. Yeah, if you need a link, just send it to me. I'll take a look at it. Anyways, so yeah, exactly. I think it could be done easily. I think we could have a lot of fun with it. You know, but yeah, it's a human, you know. So the catch is he wants to make it a red shirt. So to me, that's like a man-at-arms kind of class. But like, oh, Bear. Okay, I'm gonna look at that later. Even if it's royalty free, YouTube still kind of throws a fit. So I'm usually very hesitant about like you just go nuts. I don't. Well, no. So here's another theory that I was going to think about. So in Rifts, they have the rogue scholar. So instead of a red shirt, make it a blue shirt. And it's like a scientist. So scientist was beaming down for expedition whatever and got sent through a rift onto Rift's Earth. So I mean, especially if it's going to be a longer term campaign, you know? Like not necessarily a regular campaign. All right, fine, Bear, I'll play it. Now I'm curious. Bear found a theme song for the Bastard Sword Power Hour. So let's see here. Present, share screen. Wait, I don't think I did that right. Present, share screen. Also shared. Okay.
was making sure that it shared the audio, otherwise we wouldn't hear anything. All right, let me pause that. There we go. Yes, I think that is Under Earth. Yeah, Under Earth. There we go. Bear wouldn't even play a blue shirt in actual stuff. I'm just saying. Hey, Bear, I'm trying to come up with, hey, what's an easy way to do this? And the Rogue Scholar, like, you don't have to. I'm just throwing it out as a suggestion. I don't know. I'll have to look at character classes and what could be done. Because I think I don't know. Curtis, good morning, sir. But also, Bear, like, I get it. I can just make the characters and say, okay, these are the characters that are available. But if it's still kind of that character concept that you want, then I think it helps with player buy-in, especially if we're going to do, like, you know, recurring sessions every, say, 3 or 4 months. Yeah. So wait, why can't Len play a juicer? Because again, going back to player buy-in. Like, I'm all for the GM controlling their world, but because he wants to. Dude killed the dudes. What a buzzkill. He needs to learn. He learns to hear no. Or needs to learn. But that's the hard part, is I can't really deny a juicer in the game. Now, the catch is that I think Cody wants to play a juicer. And so if Cody wants to play a juicer and Len wants to play a juicer, like, I don't really want to turn it into a juicer campaign. So do I let both people play? But that's the other thing, is Cody would be like, nah, I don't care. I don't have to be a juicer. I'll be something else. Like, that's the way Cody is. But that's the other thing. Going back to the whole one-shots conversation, like when we did the There and Hack Again stream with Len, like, it was a one-shot, and he totally set it up. It's like, we're gonna, you know, like, you want to come back to this later? We got more we can do.
like totally said it. Like, we returned the cursed bow to the tomb, and the old skeleton said, if you ever need this, come back and you can have it. So I was like, wait, there's more. There's more to the story. So, Curtis, I hope everyone has fun too, but the theory is that I'm running it. So probably not. Yes. That's me being hard on myself. And Lee, the theory, yeah. The theory is yes. Dude, I'm like, the level to which I am stepping out of my comfort zone is off the charts right now. Even trying to plan this thing. All right, so we're gonna have a glitter. So that's the other thing, is I do want it to be like Juicer, Glitter Boy, Dragon Hatchling. I mean, I do want it to be like, well, Bear's gonna hate this. I would probably actually restrict doing a dragon for the idea that I have in my head. But I might actually also restrict the Glitter Boy as well. Sorry. So yeah, the plan would be to stream it, because here's the other thing. I am a crap GM. And I say that because all I've ever really done is railroad players. And I want to be better after spending all of this time with Bear and Cody and Len and Max Liao and Mr. Max and everybody, Curtis, like everybody, like, oof. To say I feel out of my depth is an understatement. So, but I want to stretch a bit. I want to try some new and some different things. And so that's the coolest part, because Bear, I don't care what you say, you're not out. Because I appreciate all of the support and the encouragement, and I know that would make running the game easier by having people like you there. So yeah, there's Brian being sentimental for the day. You're all welcome. Anyhow, so yeah, like, even thank you, Curtis. Even no matter what, like, I like just starting to plot this thing out is taking me out of my comfort zone. So fine, I want to play a Shadow Alpha Battletech pilot who falls through a rift so I can use my Cyclone armor. Actually, you know, that's a good. I hadn't like, I was thinking Glitter Boy, but I think if we do some sort of power armor dude, that will actually work fine-ish. Anyhow. Okay, Lee says he bought Ninjas and Super Spies Revised back in 2000, but has never played it. That's okay. I've bought lots of things and never played it. Lots of things. Yeah, Ninjas and Super Spies was always one that, like, at least back when I was a kid, I thought was a cool idea. But, like, I love stuff like James Bond and I'm a kid that grew up in the 80s. Ninjas are always awesome. Let's just put that out there. So okay, I think the sugar from the 2 cinnamon rolls is starting to wear off. Man, I really do like doing these afternoon streams. They're definitely better. Still weird though. All right. Let's take a look here. So he hasn't fully dried. So I'm not sure if it's because it was so thin, but he came out a lot more blue than I was wanting. Which, saying that, I think I'm going to add a little bit more. Just to kind of like make it a little more consistent. Curtis, it'll be a while and you'll know about it. I promise. We will definitely warn everyone before we do it. But like I said, it might become a more ongoing thing. All right, so Centurion needs to dry. I want to leave the Devastator and the Penetrator a little bit to dry because I think I need to add a couple more layers, but I'm not 100% certain. But all right, I'm gonna leave those. I'm gonna leave those for Friday, because we are coming up on 2 hours. Like I said, I think my blood sugar is getting low. Because like I was actually like holding the model, so that's not good. Anyhow, so all right. At this point, I think I'm gonna call it. Everybody, thank you so much for hanging out with me. Don't forget, we are like I'm going to be doing the monthly giveaway to channel members. Members is different than subscribers. Members is where you throw in the tip jar for $2 a month. Once we have 10 people signed up as members, then I will do the monthly giveaway, and we will I will 3D print a figure. It doesn't have to be Battletech. It doesn't have to be like, if you have a 3D print, like a 3D file that you want printed, we can do that. It'll be, roughly a standard miniature size. We're not talking like, a giant dragon or something. Maybe when I get into like a lot of members, we'll get into that, but that's a different story. But let me know, or not let me know, but if you're interested, hit the membership button and we'll go from there. But otherwise, thanks so much for hanging out with me. It was great. It was a lot of fun. Don't forget, coming up in about an hour, Bear is going to be losing his mind on Bastard Sword. And so tune in, give it a watch. Don't forget, GM Cody, Bear, Legion of Myth. I'm not sure if anyone else here had a channel, but regardless, thanks, guys. It's a great community. I have a lot of fun doing this, and I'm going to stop rambling because it's how I go.